Tonight on 7 News, America strikes. Bunker busters dropped on 3 nuclear facilities in
Iran's
Iran.
key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Iran fires back, fresh attacks on Tel Aviv. 7 News scrambles to safety as missiles explode overhead.
It is expected to be more forceful and powerful than we've seen over the past few days.
Our government's muted reaction. No support for Trump, the Prime Minister criticised.
The fallout felt here, fear and sadness for Iranians living in Sydney.
Also tonight, the new wonder drug tackling diabetes and obesity.
A 7 News investigation into concussion in kids' sport, the urgent changes to prevent brain injuries.
And
live from Sydney, 7 News with Michael Usher and Angie Asimus.
good evening. The United States has entered Israel's war with Iran. American stealth bombers and submarines launched a massive coordinated attack targeting 3 key nuclear sites.
During an address to the world, US President Donald Trump called the operation a spectacular military success.
In the stunning attacks, B-2 warplanes dropped bunker-buster bombs on a key nuclear site, Fordo. US submarines also fired cruise missiles at other nuclear sites at Isfahan and Natanz. Iran has started striking back, triggering chaos in Israel.
We have reporters standing by in Canberra, Tel Aviv and Washington DC tonight. Miley Hogan begins our coverage from the White House.
Donald Trump, wartime president.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime,
ordering in stealth bombers and submarines to unleash deadly force.
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
Military officials say 6 B-2 warplanes dropped up to 12 bunker-buster bombs on the Fordo nuclear site deep underground. At the same time, US Navy submarines fired 30 Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles, blowing up nuclear sites at Isfahan and Natanz. Natanz also hit with 2 bunker busters.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
These were the targets, Israel claiming the sites were being used by their sworn enemy to build a nuclear bomb.
History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons.
The White House releasing images of the president in the Situation Room where the attacks would have been watched in real time.
We're breaking now.
Across the US, news networks rushing to air.
News from the President of the United States.
On TV in Iran.
Iran now considers all US military bases in the region and American military personnel legitimate targets.
Yemen's Houthi military earlier today threatened to carry out more attacks like this in the Red Sea if the US attacked. This was Lebanon yesterday, locals supporting Iran, which finances Lebanese terror group Hezbollah. The president warning any retaliation by Iran against the United States will be met with force far greater than what was witnessed tonight.
Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
On the streets of America, mixed reaction.
I'm like, oh no, this is happening.
President Trump's doing what he has to do.
I'm just struggling. I don't know what to do.
In particular, God, I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them.
Well, let's go live now to US correspondent Miley Hogan at the White House. Miley, good evening. Just how much of a gamble is this for President Trump?
Michael, experts before giving the order to strike, the US president would have taken advice on possible retaliation. Now, besides those US military bases scattered throughout the Middle East being potential targets, there is also the possible risk of terrorists targeting US tourists and even US cities. The Homeland Security Secretary saying that her department will work unceasingly to protect the American homeland. And tonight, the New York Police Department has stepped up its presence at potential targets.
Right, Miley Hogan there in Washington DC, thank you.
Now to correspondent Jacqueline Robson, who's live on the ground in Tel Aviv, where Iran's response has had devastating effects. Jackie, ballistic missiles have struck there.
Angie, soon after the US fired off its missiles, Iran retaliated. We are in a residential area of Tel Aviv where there is extensive damage to the apartments here and more than 20 people are injured. Glass windows have been blown out everywhere, and at the direct impact site, the building has crumbled away. What were once homes is now just a mangled pile of concrete. Residents are in shock and they're stressed, leaving with just their suitcases and nowhere to go. Israel has now elevated its threat alert for citizens here, with one woman telling me it feels like the end of the world. Just hours after the US strikes, Iran's response. Missiles streaking across the sky, dawn sirens sending people across Israel's biggest city for bunkers. Even in a safe place, it's loud. Right now, we're hearing the first retaliation from Iran. It is expected to be more forceful and powerful than we've seen over the past few days, and just by listening to it, you can certainly hear that that is the case. Israel couldn't fend off every single rocket. This, the devastation in a residential part of Tel Aviv.
A missile fire hit right inside of a building complex behind me. We've already transported around 5 injured, still treating here wounded around us.
Their homes destroyed, these people getting out.
I'm very afraid, yes. I'm shaking up. That's exactly what I am. It was horrifying. It was, we were in the shelter, but we were pushed from one side of the shelter to the other, and my apartment is destroyed.
The northern port city of Haifa also hit. Some Israelis had already spent the night underground, waking to the news of America had joined their fight on Iran.
I want to thank President Trump because I think he had a very good decision, because this could be the end of the war.
From Palestinians in the West Bank,
we hope that the war will end, not only in Iran, Palestine and Gaza, but all over the world, so that everyone can live in peace and happiness.
For decades, Israel has fought a proxy war with Iran, surrounded by militant groups supported by Tehran. Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza and the Houthis in Yemen. Since the October 7 attacks of 2023, all have been weakened. Hezbollah operatives hit by hundreds of exploding pagers and walkie-talkies. Israel fighting a ground war with Hamas inside Gaza with a huge humanitarian cost. On June 12, an emboldened Israel took the fight to Tehran, beginning its bombing campaigns over Iran. Tonight, they have continued, Israel resuming its attacks on Iran's firepower soon after the US strikes.
President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength.
Israelis now contemplating what comes next.
I feel like it's the end of the world. That's what I feel.
In Tel Aviv, Israel, Jacqueline Robson, 7 News.
The Albanese government has released a statement again calling for de-escalation, dialogue and diplomacy. Missing, though, any mention of support for the US airstrikes.
That's drawn fire from the opposition, quick to back our American allies.
To say his government is playing it low-key is an understatement. Anthony Albanese today chose not to comment on our superpower ally, the United States, striking at Iran's nuclear facilities. None of his ministers commented either. The government released quotes from an unnamed spokesperson noting the US president's statement that now is the time for peace, suggesting the security situation is highly volatile, and calling again for de-escalation, dialogue and diplomacy.
Look, I think they've been far too ambiguous. The United States is a close ally. The United States has a key role in re-establishing order and peace in the Middle East.
The opposition offering support for the US action.
This was a necessary action to take by the United States military. President Trump gave the offer of negotiations.
So it's changed the strategic equation for Australia.
Some in Australia worried the president may have flicked the spark for a wider war.
A lot of civilians would be killed, and the regime will resist to the very end, simply because that they don't have really much choice.
But from others, Trump has dealt with a potentially deadly threat, a nuclear Iran.
This is not a country that we should be trusting. So if they don't have a nuclear weapon, I'm happier.
And speaking out loudly to back a president he once dealt with leader to leader, former Prime Minister Scott Morrison tweeted 3 words, then repeated them in an interview with 7 News.
Peace through strength. This is what President Trump promised to bring to the presidency, and what we've seen today after exercising every other avenue to resolve this impasse with Iran. It should be supported with clarity and with certainty and with purpose, because they have taken the action that was necessary to protect our shared interests.
National Security Editor Tim Lester's in Canberra. Tim, when might we hear from the Prime Minister?
Well, we don't know yet, Michael. Could be tomorrow, though what we do know is that Penny Wong, the Foreign Affairs Minister, is due to appear on Sunrise tomorrow morning. Will be fascinating to hear how far she wants to go supporting or not the action taken by Donald Trump today. A lot of the government's focus, though, is going to be on the now more than 3,800 Australians, more than 2,600 of them in Iran, the others in Israel, who've expressed a desire to leave those countries, and what action the government is and can take given the situation in the region being as volatile as it is. Michael.
Tim, thank you.
Sydney is far from the front line of the conflict, but the fallout is already being felt here.
Many have now lost contact with their loved ones in Iran, with communication lines down and uncertainty and fear setting in.
Ali Aline's a long way from home.
Sorry?
The pain is still very real.
Keep your hope. Be strong.
A message to his cousins who live in Tehran. Some have fled, others he worries could be in danger.
We don't know much, but we find out they are safe.
A sentiment shared among Iranians in Sydney today. Thousands gathering across the CBD at the Town Hall and Hyde Park.
We are very worried all the time. We are in a very, very bad situation mentally.
Protesters fear it could spark wider regional conflict.
It makes the threat to world peace shocking.
It is quite disappointing, and it's a huge violation of international law and a massive escalation in the region.
To add to the uncertainty of what's happening in their home country, many Iranians here have lost complete contact with their families.
All of the connection was disconnected because many landlines didn't work properly.
The Jewish community, however, said it's breathing a sigh of relief.
The deep, decisive action of Israel and today the US has brought an end to the immediate threat and hopefully created a pathway to peace.
The cry for peace from all sides.
We don't want violence. We don't want a war.
Inga Nielsen, 7 News.
How the US obliterated those underground nuclear sites. Still to come, a closer look at the high-tech weapons used in the Iran attacks. Don't miss that story a little later on 7 News.
Let's have a look at some local news now. A vehicle has caught fire in a car park at Campbelltown Mall. Firefighters were called to the scene just after 1 p.m. Passers-by capturing the moment the flames took hold, and as you can see there, smoke was billowing into the air. It's believed the fire started in the engine compartment, leaving the car with serious damage. Well, 2 women in their 80s have been caught up in a road rage incident on the northern beaches. Let's go live to Sam Payne in Collaroy. Sam, we understand the pair were innocent bystanders.
Yes, Michael, but their lives were still put at risk after the alleged road rage incident came to a crashing end here on Pittwater Road just after 2:30 this afternoon. Now, it's understood the white Mazda that they were travelling in was rear-ended by a black Mercedes-Benz, causing it to collide with multiple parked vehicles, including a blue Corvette. Now, those 2 women in their 80s were taken to hospital with minor injuries in a stable condition. It's understood a third patient, a female in her 30s, was also taken to hospital. That driver, a man aged 44, he was taken to a local police station when police say he actually passed his breath test. He is now being interviewed as they now hunt for the alleged second car involved in this incident, with witnesses reporting that the 2 vehicles were allegedly travelling at speeds of 120 kilometres an hour. At some points, Michael, they're urging anyone with any information to come forward.
All right, Sam Payne in Collaroy, thank you.
It's like Ozempic, but in pill form. A new drug is tonight being described as a game changer after extraordinary weight loss results in trials, potentially helping millions of Australians living with diabetes and obesity.
68-year-old Indigenous elder Elvis Fields tries to eat well most of the time, but life with diabetes is not easy.
You can't run around, if you want to play with your grandkids and have a run around with a football or whatever. It's hard.
He takes multiple medications a day, but a new one is about to enter the market, and doctors are very excited.
This is a game changer, has the potential to change the course of the disease for type 2 diabetes.
Because not only will it help lower blood sugar levels, it helps patients lose weight fast.
The study results are remarkable. It is similar, if not better, to Ozempic and to Mounjaro.
They're the popular weight loss needles. This new drug is easier to swallow.
It is a pill. It is a tablet that you can take once a day with or without food.
There are some side effects.
Nausea, vomiting, constipation and diarrhoea. There've been no unexpectedly bad side effects, no severe side effects.
It's still in the trial phase, so more study is needed. But based on these results, scientists are hopeful it will receive the necessary approvals and could be on the market as early as next year.
And because it doesn't need to be refrigerated, it could be cheaper and more accessible.
The tablets are much more flexible in terms of supply.
Jennifer Beshwati, 7 News.
Well, time to check the weather now with Amber Laidler. Amber, good evening to you. A very cold start and quite a few suburbs below zero.
Michael, Angie, good evening. Yes, while overnight lows right across the Sydney Basin were kept to single digits, some reached freezing. It dipped to -1 at Richmond this morning, -1 also at Camden. So we also saw those areas of frost and fog across Sydney's west, including at Blacktown, as you can see there. That low-lying blanket of white extended out to Penrith. It did burn out off relatively early though, with tops this afternoon slightly above average. It reached 20 degrees at Campbelltown, at Parramatta, and 22 today up at Gosford. This run of sunshine is set to be interrupted by some showers due to sweep over parts of Sydney this week. I'll have all the details on when and where we're expecting those falls to arrive in your full forecast shortly.
Thanks very much, Amber. $3 billion spent on tradies. Next, a bumper investment to help fix our housing mess.
Maroubra's hit-run suspect faces court, a young victim still in hospital.
Fire danger, the big bill for Pyrmont residents to make their homes safe again.
The concussion debate dividing fans and families. Our special report after 6:30.
And after sport, a miracle kitten's 55 lives after a washing machine mishap.
Do you want to kiss me?
Stranded on an island together.
What could possibly go wrong?
She's a woman, I'm the man, just chill out.
You're controlling the dominance. I've been betrayed before, I've been lied to, and you've just done it all again. I do want to give this a chance. I want to find love. Like, I actually find him funny.
I like her probably more than she knows.
This could be the start of a happily ever after.
It all starts tomorrow, 7:30.
Hey, Pete. I heard you missed Hyundai Prius.
Yeah.
Well, EFS is on now. Check out the dynamic Tucson. From $39,990 drive away. Or jump into the flagship Tucson Premium from $59,535 drive away. Test drive the Tucson with Hyundai EFS at your participating Hyundai dealer today.
It's tax time at Officeworks, so claim everything you can. Like hard drives, monitors and tech. Claim this and these. Very comfy office chairs.
Or noise-cancelling headphones.
Those. And them. And ooh, that. Especially printers. Everything could be tax deductible. Shop before June 30.
Discover the world to a T with APT Luxury Travel. Book before the 2nd of July and save thousands during APT's Discover the World sale. Visit our website or contact your APT travel expert.
Rich people want all kinds of things. They want a Lamborghini? No problem, sir. You can never tell these people no.
This team, we're like swans, gliding beautifully on the top.
The champagne, when is it coming?
Paddling like crazy underneath.
I don't like crinkles.
Nothing is off the table.
Lions travel and save with zero ING international transaction fees. Get an ING Orange Everyday card and be the lion.
A man has faced court today, charged over the alleged hit and run of a 16-year-old boy in Maroubra. It's believed the vehicle was being driven on the footpath before the teenager was struck, leaving him with serious damage to both his legs. A 22-year-old was arrested at his home yesterday morning and refused bail today. He is due back in court in August.
Big money is being spent trying to entice more tradies onto the tools. The government just unveiled a $3.4 billion package that will make it free for thousands to train up and help tackle the housing crisis.
Learning the tools of the trade. These apprentices are well on their way to becoming fully qualified carpenters.
I like building stuff and being hands-on.
After you finish a job, you can look back at it and you get the satisfaction.
With the government hoping backing trainees can help tackle the housing crisis.
The single biggest injection in TAFE's budget in more than a decade.
The $3.4 billion package will include $40 million to fund 23,000 fee-free construction apprenticeships and money to help workers upskill. TAFE will also receive a funding boost, more than $120 million to upgrade campuses and almost $80 million to create more permanent teacher roles.
The estimates of the shortage for tradies range from 30,000 upwards needed over the next 5 to 6 years.
The number of people signing up for a construction-based apprenticeship has been falling steadily since the pandemic, and the lack of manpower is putting pressure on the state's ability to meet its target of 1.2 million new homes by the end of the decade.
More than $100 million too for the worksite watchdog to stamp out dodgy builders.
We're stopping problems before they're getting started, and we're hoping that's going to show a decrease in the number of defects in buildings at completion.
Taylor Aiken, 7 News.
It's a grim warning about the dangers of buying apartments in Sydney. Homeowners in a luxury apartment building in Pyrmont could have to pay up to $220,000 each to fix its dangerous cladding. The block of more than 130 units was only completed in 2015, but already needs serious rectification work.
Emergency services had a busy night in our city's northwest. A car crashed into a North Ryde healthcare centre after hitting another vehicle on Epping Road just before 8:30 p.m. The impact of the crash brought down parts of the roof and exterior. The 71-year-old driver was treated by paramedics and then rushed to hospital. Later, a 21-year-old allegedly ploughed his vehicle into a parked car the next suburb over before fleeing that scene. The man was arrested, allegedly returning a positive roadside breath test. Our coverage of America's attack on Iran continues. Next, stealth bombers and bunker busters. We look at the weapons used to wipe out nuclear sites.
Also, hot air balloon disaster. What went wrong?
Tackling the concussion crisis, Chris Reason's special investigation.
An Australian woman's shock discovery. She has more than 70 siblings.
From heroes to Hollywood stars at Sydney's Supernova.
Inside the Inner West Fashion House, shaping bright futures.
And in sport, the Sharks steal defeat from the jaws of victory at Suncorp Stadium.
What? Really, Thomas?
Can't believe what I'm hearing.
Thomas!
Oh my gosh.
Who didn't make it?
I did not expect that.
Even Jared has tears in his eyes.
To you I give my all. Has this farmer found a wife?
That you're the love of my life. The Farmer Wants a Wife reunion, Monday on 7.
Yes, a buttery spread melt upon my crumpety head.
Please, jam and cream cheese.
Fresh strawberry. Make every bite golden.
Date night romance, muddy fans, weekend plans. The Tiggo 8 has a stylish 7-seat interior with the latest tech from just $38,990 drive away. Go where life takes you. Cherry Tiggo 8.
Tripperdeal's hottest points offer is back.
Experience iconic Northern Lights rail and sail from $10,999 per person, including flights. Discover Finnish Lapland and spend a night in a glass igloo. Ride the iconic Flom Railway. Cruise with Hurtigruten through Norway's majestic fjords. Explore Lofoten Islands and more. Plus, book by June 30 and earn 20,000 bonus Qantas points. Now that's more bang for your buck. Search Tripadeal now.
With a proven effective clean of Kleenex toilet paper, it's a mission success. Go with confidence.
This is just painful.
I know, right? Heartburn sucks.
Try this Gaviscon chewing gum.
Tastes good.
Because I've got good taste, unlike you.
New great tasting Gaviscon chewing gum.
Australians are switching off to save on energy costs when many could be switching to a better deal.
You'd be better off comparing and switching energy providers.
Dad.
Seeing the light now?
It pays to compare.
Get what you really want with Ford's drive-away deals, like the Ranger XLT from $60K drive-away. Only at your Ford dealer while stocks last.
Date running late? Add some thrill to your way with the thrill of a $40 million jackpot every 3 minutes. It's almost as thrilling as finding real love. Keno Go. Download the app now.
Returning now to America's airstrikes on targets in Iran, which President Trump says completely obliterated nuclear sites.
Here's Foreign Editor Hugh Whitfeld with a look at the high-tech weaponry used, including bunker-buster bombs.
These 3 sites are the backbone of the Iranian nuclear program: Fordow, Natanz and Isfahan. Isfahan is a research base where it's believed Iran was working towards the final step of putting weapons-grade nuclear material into a warhead, a nuclear weapon. Natanz and Fordow, uranium enrichment facilities where centrifuges process the radioactive material. Fordow was heavily protected, buried deep, more than 90 metres into a mountain range. Only the US had the capability of striking it with B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. At least 6 of the aircraft were used to drop the giant 1.3-tonne bunker-busting bombs on the facility. They explode twice, once on impact, then they keep going to explode a second time up to 60 metres underground. The same weapons used at Natanz too, alongside 30 Tomahawk missiles to hit Natanz and Isfahan, fired from US submarines.
Thank you, Hugh. We'll head back to Washington now, and US correspondent Miley Hogan is at the White House.
Miley, what reaction are we getting from Tehran?
Well, Michael, we can show you some fresh pictures out of Iran. It reportedly shows in the distance the flash and boom from the attack on Isfahan, one of the 3 sites taken out by US bombers and submarines. Now, we're yet to hear from Iran's supreme leader. It's understood he is hiding in a bunker and his electronic communication has been blacked out to protect him from assassination. Until we hear from him, his stance on this attack is unclear. Iran's foreign ministry has released a statement saying the US has itself launched a dangerous war against Iran. Now, the US Defence Secretary and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff will hold a press conference shortly from the Pentagon, and we will learn more about this attack then. Michael.
Right, Miley Hogan there in Washington, D.C. again, thank you. And we will have that Pentagon briefing live in a special bulletin tonight. I'll bring you that at 9:50. And moving on, there was a horror in the skies above Brazil when a hot air balloon with 21 people on board became engulfed in fire and plunged to the ground. 8 people were killed in that accident. The pilot was among the survivors and says terrified passengers began jumping from the basket.
Leading experts are sounding the alarm tonight over possible catastrophic head trauma that may be caused by contact sport. Some scientists believe even a change to training could prevent a surge in CTE brain disease. But with hundreds of thousands of participants nationwide, some codes are pushing back.
At thousands of grounds across the country, week in, week out, the crush and collision of a generation of young Australians preparing for game day. But now, even training sessions face a grim new warning.
There is going to be a tsunami of CTE in the near future.
CTE, diagnosed in a galaxy of our footy stars, the catastrophic, incurable dementia from repeated head knocks and concussions. It looks like this.
You hate me!
This is former Newcastle player administrator Trevor Crowe. A 30-year career, now non-verbal, bedridden, even unable to recognise his wife.
Oh, Chris, it's a hell on earth. It's immensely stressful.
We need to get on top of it now, for the players' sake.
Dr Rowena Mobbs, one of the nation's leading experts, now pushing for an urgent, radical overhaul of midweek training.
If we halve contact collision training, we may halve CTE.
Reduce the contact, possibly even ban tackles for under 12s and over 30s.
It's about brain safety here.
At the Bankstown Bulls, where Super Bowl winner Jordan Mailata was a junior, they teach safe tackling.
Come into contact, 1, 2.
And argue cutting back could be dangerous.
I think you probably open it up to more risk in that sense. I think we should be welcoming contact at training.
The NRL agrees limiting contact training could be detrimental to safe tackling techniques. They insist elite training is videoed and monitored, while the AFL says it's collecting training data for review, all aware litigation is already looming. The problem's not just restricted to Australia, of course. In the UK right now, 1,100 former league and union players have formed a class action against their codes. And in Victoria, 100 AFL players are doing the same. The problem has been compared with the James Hardie asbestos scandal. League's players have been pushing for standardisation of tackle training, time limits, confident an announcement is due soon.
Oh, there will be changes. These will be put in place in the pre-season for 25-26. The NRL have given us the commitment for that.
Advocates supportive.
There's no question, it has to be reduced.
She says CTE is the only thing worth tackling head on. Chris Reason, 7 News.
77 siblings and counting. Next, this woman's plea after a shock discovery.
From fantasy to the phantom, wild and wonderful scenes at Sydney's Supernova.
Pablo the cat's incredible tale. He's a spin cycle survivor.
And soon in sport, Latrell's blinder backing up.
She's the blunt-talking detective the world fell in love with.
DCI Vera Stanhope. I try not to wiggle.
Now the woman behind Vera reveals all.
Something I haven't done before. Oh, OK.
Becoming Vera, a Spotlight special event tonight.
Looking for new wheels and tyres this end of financial year? Get the new Monster Alpha or Commando alloy wheels at up to 40% off. Plus, buy 3, get 1 free on Yokohama GO16s or GO18s for the ultimate tyre and wheel upgrade. We won't be beaten on top brands with our best tyre price guarantee. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
With Yui's comprehensive car insurance, I feel safe because I'm covered for what life might throw at me. Or drop on me.
Car insurance that's a bit more U-shaped. Yui, you insured.
Enjoy the smooth confidence of freshly shaved legs with Gillette Venus Deluxe Smooth Sensitive, $9.99 at Chemist Warehouse. Get exceptional smoothness for sensitive skin. Live, look, feel fabulous at Chemist Warehouse.
I like it. With Macca's new $6.95 McSmart meal, you can choose your favourite side. I like it. Get a cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink, plus pick a side for just $6.95. Available every day.
With the proven effective clean of Kleenex toilet paper, it's a mission success. Go with confidence.
Cats, Andrew Lloyd Webber's legendary musical, is back in Sydney for its 40th Australian anniversary. Let the memory live again at Theatre Royal Sydney. Book now at catsthemusical.com.au.
What are you up to?
Just about to double our network.
Wow.
Double coverage activated. Double coverage coverage activated.
Now with double the network coverage, make your move to Vodafone.
Attention Aldi shoppers, it's a sale!
I think there's a sale.
It's not a sale. Our prices are just this low every day.
Yes, it's an everyday sale!
It's an everyday sale. No, just low prices every day at Aldi. Good different.
A Brisbane woman has made the shock discovery that she has at least 77 siblings. Lyndall Bubkey, a donor-conceived woman, uncovered her extended family when she started looking into her ancestry. She's now calling for a national framework to regulate the fertility industry that allowed her biological father to donate more than 300 times.
A tunnel at Coogee Beach could hold the key to solving its long-running pollution crisis. A plan from the state government will include a new underground pump station which would divert stormwater into an existing water line discharging north of the beach. The New South Wales government is promising $7 million to fund that project.
Sydney is being overrun by superheroes, villains and creatures from far, far away for a weekend celebration of pop culture.
Anything goes at Supernova's Comic Con when die-hard superfans of the world's most iconic characters come out to play.
It's where fantasy stomps trundles chainsaws into the real world.
Oh gosh, you know, the blades are 2 millimeters from my head.
At Supernova, culture that pops for any age. Start them young, they do. It's DIY devotion, handcrafting that look.
It's a really, really good avenue for me to be able to express my creativity. Everything that we do here is we do this to raise money for charity.
Do you want to try it? Yes.
Sharing that passion.
Well, how much work went into this?
3 weeks of work.
Actor Billy Zane, from Titanic to comic book legend The Phantom.
I've worn it all my life.
Learning what his movies have meant.
It's about hearing about that proposal that happened in Ninth Row Center, about that first date, about that bonding experience with their father.
Brendan Wayne is the man behind a Mandalorian's mask.
It's complicated.
Young boys and girls who are, fighting cancer, who meet and those things are the things that I love the best.
Remembering what grandfather John Wayne said about the fans.
They matter more than you, because without them, there is no you.
With one of the oldest names getting a new start, a cavalcade of caped crusaders, where fantasy meets reality. Might need to use the forks. Paul Kadak, 7 News.
Very, very good, Paul. That was the lightest story we needed on a heavy day as well.
We needed it today, for sure.
All right, an adventurous kitten goes for a spin. It's an unbelievable story, this one. Still to come, how Pablo the cat soaked up all 9 lives before a very clean getaway.
And the birthday milestone for some famous hot pants, now under lock and key. Don't miss those stories soon on 7 News.
There's a photo.
Just link that nicely.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Roosters are on a roll.
Speaking of short shorts, yeah, you're absolutely right. Good evening, guys. They are inside the top 8 tonight after dismantling the Cowboys. Coming up in Sport, a try. And the Brock star of Supercars, Vini, completes an unforgettable weekend at Hidden Valley.
Do you believe in magic?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Can he work his magic and hit the jackpot?
The Chase on 7.
Can you imagine a more epic clash? 4 and 20 Pies meets Domino's Pizza. Your favourite pizzas surrounded by Aussie beef pies and tangy tomato sauce. 2 fan favourites. A match made in heaven.
The end of financial year is always the start of something special at Toyota. It might be the start of a relationship that lasts decades, or a day you'll remember for the rest of your life. Perhaps you'll discover it's the start of something new, or a future you feel confident about. The day you get your new Toyota is the start of a feeling that never leaves you. And that feeling starts right here at your local Toyota dealership. Toyota.
TPG's high-speed NBN is only $64.99 a month, which means...
You're a winner.
Milo? Milo! Guaranteed lowest price NBN, TPG.
We've got the lowest prices, even this end of financial year.
Makita 2-piece 18-volt combo kit, only $4.89.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
What makes Dyson Australia's #1 vacuum? Unlike others,
we retain our suction, illuminate invisible dust, and display what you picked up with over 7 million vacuums sold. Dyson, engineered for deep cleaning.
Painful sore throat ruining your day? Turn it around with Strepsils. Strepsils Extra helps kill bacteria and numbs pain fast. For effective relief, try Strepsils.
What are we ready for? We're ready for wrestlers with headaches who need cornflakes. We're ready for queens with lunchtime cuisines. Ready for coffee snobs with moths in their wallets. Ready for fly guys who love flybys. Ready for tradies with hair from the 80s. For Billy at the Bowser with Shell V Power. And we're ready for Martin. Next stop, Darwin. Surely, if we're ready for them, we're ready for you. Ready Express. Ready for whatever you're ready for.
Beacon's end of financial year stocktake sale is on now with store-wide savings on lights, fans and more. Get in quick. Beacon's end of financial year stocktake sale is on for a short time only.
Get what you really want with Ford's drive-away deals, like the Ranger XLT from just 60k drive away. Or the Transit Custom Trend from a low 55k drive away. Get down to your local Ford dealer today while stocks last.
This sport update brought to you by Ford's drive-away deals.
Welcome back. Rookie halfback Hugo Savala keeps giving the Roosters reasons not to sign Daly Cherry Evans. He steered a 42-8 thrashing of the Cowboys and they are into the top 8. A wild afternoon of Sunday footy started with the Sharks' collapse against the Broncos in Brisbane.
Heavily strapped, Reece Walsh made it clear he's not 100%.
You just catch that, did you? I was trying to hide it, but
In the 50th anniversary week of Jaws,
Trindle away and Talakai scores.
The Broncos needed a bigger boat.
Wilton steps Walsh. Wilton all the way. Kennedy to score.
Shark attacks galore. 22 6-litres. Payne Haas strapped and toiling. Walsh theatrical 1 minute, revving teammates the next. Even down to 12 v 13, Cronulla led by 16 again, 28-12, before the one-legged Reece sparked the Broncos. The big turning point.
Space. There's a highway to go through.
Ruled Nico Hines tripped over his own feet, no obstruction.
Well done, referee. Well done, bunker.
34-28, the Broncos stole victory and 5th place.
Discipline in defence has been poor for weeks. Then discipline with the ball, decision making, it's been poor.
Wayne Bennett's convinced the Rabbitohs will be a top 4 side when their injury toll eases. Alex Johnson took a big leap towards Ken Irvine's try-scoring record against Melbourne, but a Latrell Mitchell masterclass was not enough. Souths falling in Golden Point.
Small kid, but he's very talented. It was one of the toughest kicks to take all night.
It's just Trell. When he's on, mate. And that's the type of stuff you get.
Mitchell missed the conversion and Melbourne won it in Golden Point. But Wayne Bennett's seen enough over the last...
He's pretty pleased with himself and we are too.
...and a lacerated kidney, but still overcame a controversial disallowed try to upset the Dolphins 26-20. Penrith's Scott Sorensen will miss at least 2 matches for a hip drop tackle. Nick Markham, 7 News.
Well, second last, the Eagles could use a few lucky bounces. That did not happen early in tonight's game against the last place Titans.
Here is Foran down the middle of the field, as clean a run as you'll ever see.
Yeah, anything's possible with these two teams. Para hit back with a try, eventually finished by Sean Russell. They now lead 18-6. Known as the Package, Jake Stringer delivered big time as the Giants match winner in a season-defining thriller with Gold Coast at Angie Stadium. Trailing by 22 points at three-quarter time, the Giants stormed home with 8 goals for a 7-point win, keeping them in the top 8 after 6 weeks out injured. The prize recruits sealed it with 2 stunners.
Stringer, the impossible angle. Oh, Stringer! He gets you out of any sticky situation.
That he did. Club stalwart Lockie Whitfield was subbed out with concussion. Well, the Swifts are back on top of the Super Netball table after an epic derby victory over the Giants at a jam-packed Ken Rosewall Arena. Trailing by 11 goals in the second quarter, the Swifts charged back to win comfortably 75-66.
And listen to the roar!
The win snaps a two-match losing run for the Swifts. Well, Brock Feeney's so hot right now in Supercars. Rivals were racing for second on the final day of the Darwin Triple Crown. Reigning champ Will Brown had a close call exiting the pits and Cam Waters lost a tyre, but Feeney was untouchable, converting his third pole position into a hat-trick of Hidden Valley wins.
And he's converted each of those pole positions to 3 extraordinary wins.
Feeney's now won 5 races in a row and 7 of the last 9. He leads the championship by 183 points from Brown. Marnus Labuschagne was relegated to netbowler at training after his axing for Wednesday's first test against the West Indies. Blues paceman, perennial tourist Sean Abbott is looking for help to finally earn a test debut.
Pretty firm pecking order with those 4 up top. I need you guys to go and have a chat to Ronnie and Bales and tell them, put in a good word, and then, hopefully I can get a game. If I do, I'll get the first shout of rums down at the bar.
Rishabh Pant hit a brilliant ton as India reached 471 on day 2 of the first test with England at Headingley. Not bad. Ollie Pope's unbeaten 100 led the hosts to 3 for 209 at stumps. The majestic Minjee Lee is 1 round from her 3rd major championship. The Aussie superstar leads the women's PGA by 4 shots, 7 shots clear of 3rd place. Minjee shot the only bogey-free round of the tournament in hot, howling winds, not far from her Dallas home.
Major Sunday is like no other, so regardless of where you are, I don't think you're really ever in a comfortable position until you're holding that trophy.
Kari Webb, Peter Thompson and Jan Stevenson are the only Aussies with 3 or more majors. Talk about probably a sleepless night. She absolutely blitzed the field so far, so amazing. Go the Aussie, go Minjee. Hopefully we're celebrating tomorrow.
Indeed, right, Mel. Thank you for that.
Thanks.
Now, to the miracle cat that soaked up all 9 lives in one go after becoming trapped inside, believe it or not, the family's washing machine.
Pablo, the Burmese kitten, spun around on a cold cycle for almost an hour, yet somehow survived.
This is Pablo, while he laps up the attention.
Like a chin scratch.
Vets on the Gold Coast are scratching their heads.
We say cats have 9 lives. I think, Pablo has more than 9 lives, given what he's gone through.
The 9-month-old Burmese was hiding inside a front-loader washing machine, but his owner had no idea. She turned it on and round he went. For 55 minutes in cold, soapy water.
Just a cleaning cycle, no washing in it.
Pablo was rushed to Sash Clinic on death's door and straight into the care of Dr. Ella Yarsley.
He had brain injury, lung injury. He was probably in the most dire condition I've seen in a case in a long time. Not many have seen cats go through a whole cycle and survive.
But cats do get trapped far more often than you'd think. Washing machines are a popular hiding spot and a quiet place to nap. So where possible, keep the laundry door closed and always double check. Pablo may have lost a couple of toes but is almost back to full health.
Pretty close to a miracle.
A life saved by a whisker. Gertie Sperling, 7 News.
He's very lucky. Well, this moment sure sent the world into a spin. It's the 25th anniversary of the day Kylie and Minogue stepped into those tiny pair of gold hot pants and made pop culture history. While spinning around was a hit, the pants became a story of their own. Purchased in a London flea market for $1, they're now under lock and key at the Arts Centre, Melbourne. Fashionable futures on tonight's Bright Side. Next, the Sydney Sewing Room stitching together exciting new lives.
And showers are set to sweep over parts of Sydney this week. I'll have all the details in your 7-day outlook next.
Tomorrow, 7:30.
This is the wildest thing I've ever done.
There's definitely got to be some drama.
They'll be stranded together on Honeymoon Island.
Hey, Dodo, got any deals on your NBN so you can hook my mum up?
Well, she'll love this. $15 off for 12 months.
What?
Done.
No. I'm going to call my mum right now. I'm going to tell your mum.
Yeah. She's already on it.
Yeah.
At Woolworths, you'll now find lower shelf prices on hundreds of products. Like this assortment of family essentials, now lower by a total of $13.40. Lower shelf prices for longer. It's a fresh commitment to you.
Ah, the working life. You wake up, you work, you get paid. You wake up, you work, you get paid. Until one day, you wake up to a whole new rhythm and still get paid. Aware Super helps you find your rhythm of retirement. That's super helpful.
What are you risking online? Don't leave yourself exposed. Use a unique and strong passphrase on every account. Learn simple steps to protect yourself at actnowstaysecure.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
There's so much included on a Disney cruise. You can dream big, slide, splash, sip, savour, and create a holiday that's filled with memories on board Disney Cruise Line, sailing from Australia. And right now, you can book early and save up to 30% on select Australia sailings. T's and C's apply. Visit disneycruise.com for details.
I like it. With Macca's new $6.95 McSmart meal, you can choose your favourite side.
I like it.
Get a cheeseburger, small fries and soft drink, plus pick a side for just $6.95. Available every day.
Right now at Carpet Call, you can order our plantation shutters from just $275 per square metre. That's right, just $275 per square metre.
That's why for over 50 years, you know who to call.
The experts in the trade.
It's Super Cheap Auto's Super Sale. Club members buy a Century or SCA automotive or four-wheel drive battery, get $30 club credit back, or 20% off Nava performance headlight globes. Plus we fit batteries, bulbs and wipers. Make it super. Super Cheap Auto.
Kia, find me another route.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Dancing with the Stars is just getting started.
Tonight, home and away's Kyle Schilling.
Host extraordinaire Usher Ginsberg.
Comedian Sean McAuliffe can crack a joke, but can he crack the quick step?
Plus, for one night only, a special performance by Tina Sparkle.
Wait, what?
Yep. Dancing with the Stars starts next.
7 News tomorrow. Australia's biggest brands and stores taking on the international online giants.
End of financial year sales are genuine sales.
From household essentials to fashion must-haves. 7 News Sydney. Fighting for your budget. Live at 6.
Tonight's top story on 7 News. America strikes 3 nuclear facilities in Iran. Donald Trump describing the mission as a total success. Iran's already hit back, missiles raining down on areas around Tel Aviv this afternoon.
And back home, the Prime Minister's muted response to the war is being criticised by the opposition. We'll have a special program tonight at 9:50, including a live address from the Pentagon. Now, here's Amber with Sydney's weather.
Thank you, Angie. We are expecting some showers over parts of Sydney this week, but thankfully until then, we've got more sunshine to enjoy tomorrow. In calm winds this evening, it is currently hovering around 14 degrees. To the satellite picture, and we have a powerful low pressure system over the Bight. It's already brought gusty winds and more than 40 millimetres of rain to parts of WA. Some towns recording their wettest June day in more than 30 years as an associated cold front sweeps across that region. Now, that system is starting to impact South Australia, but it is headed our way. At this stage, it should whip up strong winds here in Sydney on Wednesday. Northwesterlies reaching around 40 k's an hour at times. Nothing overly significant in terms of rainfall for us here. We will see a few showers, but the heaviest falls are forecast across the Riverina and the southwest slopes. Those showers falling as snow across the Alps, though, where blizzard conditions, potentially strong gale winds could also develop as the front of that system crosses the country's southeast. But taking a look around the capitals tomorrow, we've got those showers increasing in Adelaide, a possible shower also in Melbourne, tops of 19. Partly cloudy down in Hobart tomorrow. Early frost before a shower or two in Canberra, a shower or two and tops of 23 tomorrow in Brisbane. Looking warm and sunny up in Darwin, 18 under cloudy skies over in Perth. New South Wales tomorrow now, looking mostly dry and sunny throughout the morning. There's just some scattered showers developing in the far west, the southern and central ranges and parts of the state's inland during the day, tending to periods of rain further south. These daytime temperatures, though, do look set to generally tend above average, and that includes us here in Sydney. Tops tomorrow hovering in the low 20s in most Sydney suburbs, reaching 22 degrees up on the central coast and at Manly, 21 tomorrow at Parramatta. Clear skies are forecast mornings, still looking a little bit fresh, thankfully not as icy as this morning, dipping to 0 tomorrow at Camden, 1 at Campbelltown, so we could still see some more areas of frost and fog across parts of the city's west early. On the water, north to northwesterly winds are set to start increasing along the Sydney coast tomorrow and on Tuesday. Tomorrow reaching up to 20 knots throughout the day. But back in the city tomorrow, 22 degrees is the forecast top under those clear skies. Tuesday morning is looking much warmer, but we are expecting showers during the morning and afternoon. We'll bring up that 7-day outlook in a moment. Those showers will briefly clear. There it is midweek, but temperatures are set to cool once again when the next lot of showers arrive into the weekend. So a little bit of everything on the way this week, Angie and Michael.
Isn't that the truth? All right, Amber, thank you for that. Now here's Grace Fitzgibbon with the bright side.
Tonight, the Sydney fashion label helping to stitch together a brighter future. In this bright, busy sewing room, you'll find much more than a needle and thread. These women are stitching together a whole new life.
I'm from Afghanistan, and I'm a sewing technician at the Social Outfit.
The Social Outfit, dedicated to training and employing refugees and migrants.
Finding a first job in Australia is incredibly hard when you have no support network and are starting afresh. So this training is crucial to their start here.
The paid work experience program providing crucial independence.
I come from Venezuela. The Social Outfit program offers a great opportunity to improve our skill.
The clothes are sold both locally and online. Profits go back into the program for the next wave of aspiring sewers.
Social Outfit is more than just a workplace for me, like family here. We help each other.
The Social Outfit has so far helped more than 1,200 women.
We cannot be supporting refugees and migrants in this way without donations, so that we can give a really great start to these women.
Well, before we go, here's a preview of tonight's episode of Spotlight.
She's the blunt-talking detective the world fell in love with.
DCI Vera Stanhope. I try not to wiggle.
Now, the woman behind Vera reveals all.
Well, what have they thought of me for this, right?
The love.
The show has got them through difficult times.
The laughter.
And I peed on my collar.
The secrets behind the TV juggernaut.
Oh, that's something I haven't done before. Oh, OK.
That's tonight, 8:45, after Dancing with the Stars.
And that's 7 News for this Sunday. We'll have updates for you throughout the evening, and I'll be back with special coverage of the US attacks on Iran, including an expected update from the Pentagon. That's at 9:50 this evening.
From all the 7 News team, thanks for your company. Have a great night.
Good night.
The 7 News app will give you the news you want. Download now.